Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is January 27th, 2025. So it's already Monday here in New York City. Um, I don't expect a lot of people to join the live stream right now because of the time that it is. But if you guys are going to watch this on the playback, I want you to go to my blog at simpletruth.television.blogspot.com. And all of the notes that I'm going to present here, it's on that blog. I know a lot of people don't visit my blog because a lot of people don't know how to find it. So there you go. It's simpletruth.television.blogspot.com. Now, I wasn't gonna make this video because when the Chiefs had an 11-point lead, I think it was around in the first half of the early in the third half. In the third, actually, yeah, it was in the first half. I got a lot of messages from a lot of trolls and haters, and I'm like, either team that wins, I'm just not gonna come back because I don't think it's worth me educating people anymore. Because people don't appreciate nothing. People just wait for you to be wrong on a sports pick to then come after you. But the reason I decided to make this video is because there are people out there that my videos are reaching. So there's a lot of people who view my videos that actually have a brain. And since there are people out there that are smart, I know that I'm not doing this for no reason. I know that what I'm teaching is reaching at least 5% or 10% of the viewers. The rest, I don't know what to do with them. I mean, I try my best to help these people, but these people are never gonna understand what's really going on. Okay. I want to give a shout out to this person right here, Greek Freak 34, and notice the comment that he left 4 hours ago. He posted under my OJ Simpson video that I posted yesterday. He left this comment and says, "Simple truth, you were right, to be honest. It was an OJ riddle. OJ died at 76, and Josh Allen fell to 7-6 in the postseason. Sorry for the loss, bro, but you were certain on Bills." You don't have to feel sorry because I didn't lose any money. I actually made money because I had a two-leg parlay. We had the Eagles to cover the spread, and I had the Bills money line. And when the Bills took the lead in the second half, I cashed out my bet. So, and this is what I always try to tell you guys: if you don't know how to gamble, you're not gonna make money in this business. When there's the double coded game, like how the Bills and Chiefs were, you don't put big money on games like that. And that game was very double coded. I think I've said that in all the videos that I made. And a lot of the community agreed. A lot of people was on the Chiefs, a lot of people was on the Bills because that's how double coded that game was. So either team that would have won is a victory for Gematria. The problem is that there's a lot of people in this community who, I don't know, they're really just like genuinely haters. Like these people are really like they have this vein that I don't have. So I don't understand. That's why I don't understand like a lot of their actions. When I made my video before the postseason, I made it very clear what this whole Super Bowl was all about. It was about OJ fucking Simpson. Now, obviously, the Bills lost, but that doesn't mean that this postseason was not a tribute or is a tribute to OJ Simpson. Like this person left in the comment, Josh Allen, who wears the glove now, he fell to 7-6 in the postseason, just like how OJ Simpson died at the age of 76. And did you guys see the final score of that game? What was the final score? Wow, look at that. The Bills lost 29-32. Now, where have we seen those numbers at before? Did OJ wear the number 32? And does the name OJ equal 29? And is that not the final score of that game? 29-32, and a nice little tribute to OJ Simpson. Okay, let me show you guys this. All right, so I looked up the definition of what is a Gematria decoder, and I don't know if this is like what I was looking for, but notice what it says here. A Gematria decoder is a tool, I don't know if I'll consider myself a tool, that uses a system of numerical values to interpret words, names, or phrases. Gematria is a numerical system that originated in Kabbalah, a Jewish mystical tradition. So is that what I don't consider myself a tool, but I do use the system of numerical values to interpret words, names, phrases, and also themes. And I was 100% correct on what the theme is for the Super Bowl, whether people give me my credit or not. And that's why I didn't want to make this video. Or even if the Bills would have won, I wasn't gonna make the video because I was like, I don't want to entertain this stuff anymore. Like there's no point of me doing this video because the point of my videos is not reaching people. It's not, people are not learning anything. All they're worrying about is who's gonna win or lose. Like they just want to know who's gonna win the game or lose the game. Like you guys are no different than the sheep, man. We're not gonna get all this stuff correct. Like I've said that a million times, but if we are able to interpret what these people are communicating, I think that's what's more important, and that's how Gematria is valuable, because we are able to read and understand the hidden messages behind the sports games. Yeah, it is good to win some money, but isn't it better to read in between the lines? And that's what we're doing here with this knowledge. That's why this knowledge is unprecedented. You know, there's a million decoders out there. Well, not decoders. I would call them sports handicappers who picked the Chiefs today. You know, you could have watched those videos. If you're coming into this channel, you're coming here to learn something a bit different. All right? We're not handicapping sports games here. So if that's what you're looking for, I recommend you go to a different channel. I am not a sports handicapper. I am a Gematria decoder. And that's why I titled this video that I am the greatest Gematria decoder in the fucking world, literally. And why do I say that? Because in the beginning of the postseason, I put out a video and I told everybody that this was all about O.J. Simpson. And who else did that to you guys? Who else put out a video and show you guys what the fucking theme was? Nobody. Of course, now when there's only 2 teams left, it's easy to see what the theme is, right? Now look at this. I don't know if you guys knew this, but on January 29th, coincidentally, Netflix is going to air another O.J. Simpson documentary. And notice the title of this documentary, American Manhunt, O.J. Simpson. And notice the gematria of that. It's 105. It's like how Simpson is 105. And here we are in the 105th NFL season, paying tribute to O.J., whose name equals 29 and 25, like how the Super Bowl is on 2925. See? And of course, he died 20. We spoke about this. He died 59 days after the last Super Bowl. Now they got the 2 black quarterbacks, the same 2 black quarterbacks that played on the 42nd day of the year on Abraham Lincoln's birthday. Here they are again on the 59th Super Bowl, 59 and 42. This was last year's Super Bowl when the Chiefs beat the 49ers. It was played on February 11th, 2024. From this Super Bowl to the death of O.J. Simpson, who died on April 10th, 2024, he died 59 days. That's why they're paying tribute to O.J. 59 days at Super Bowl 59. The guy who died 59 days after the last Super Bowl, and the guy who died on the 277th day of his age. Notice from his birthday, which is July 9th, to April 10th, he died a span of 277 days after his birthday, the 59th prime number. And remember what he died from, right? He died from prostate cancer, which equals 59 as well. And this number has been stamped on black people throughout history. Slave, Negro, Rasta, Jigaboo, Blues, all equal 59. There's a video out there of him dressed up as O.J. Simpson. And I posted the 2-second clip of that video. If you watch the full video, I don't know if I'm gonna play it to see if I don't get a strike or whatever. O.J. Simpson was talking about what he meant to the sport, and how he opened up barriers for people like Patrick Mahomes and all these other black quarterbacks, right? And think about it. He dies in a nice little racial shaming ritual, a nice little 59 ritual last year. And now at the Super Bowl 59, they have the 2 black quarterbacks facing each other once again. The same 2 black quarterbacks that played on Abraham Lincoln's birthday a couple of years ago the guy who's supposed to be free the slaves. And I want to give a shout out to Derek, the guy who made the Gematria calculator, because he made this observation when he said that the word pi, I think I mentioned this in my other video, the word pi equates to 29 and 25, and pi has a lot to do with circles. So that's why, they was coding all these 29, 25s in this Super Bowl, right? Notice OJ is 29 and 25 like Trump. Of course, Trump tried to buy the Buffalo Bills and failed, and that's why supposedly he ran for president. Also, Fires 25 and 29, right? The LA Fires was synced up with OJ because remember it was his city, Brentwood, California, where he used to live, that got evacuated because of the fires. And of course, we had the singer Brentwood passed away at the age of 83 when football equals 83 like murder. And of course, again, that's where OJ used to live. Notice here, fire breaks out in Brentwood, California, near site of Palisades Inferno. Right, so all of these clues. Now, the thing is, when they give us all of these clues, we have to also determine, how is this going to affect the records? Now, it doesn't matter what people tell you out there. This was the most double-coded game of the entire playoffs. There was numbers on both sides. Obviously, the Chiefs had a better narrative with a three-peat narrative. But, picking the Bills or Chiefs, it was really a toss-up. Anybody that tells you different are just lying to you. This was a toss-up. And notice this, right? Again, it was all about OJ. This whole season was about OJ. That's why Amari Cooper got traded to the Bills this year. Notice his birthday is June 17th, 1994. He went to the Bills in a massive O.J. Simpson ritual. What happened on that day, the day that Amari Cooper was born? Look at that. The white Bronco chase, the O.J. Simpson Bronco chase happened on the same day that Amari Cooper was born. How about that? And who do they have performing at the halftime show? It was the guy with the June 17th birthday. You guys don't think that this is all about OJ? All about OJ. It's just that, these people are very slick. How they pay tribute to these people. They're paying tribute to OJ through a different team and a different quarterback. I mean, that's why this stuff is hard. Because if you're thinking, okay, so they're paying tribute to OJ, why not have his former team there? Right? That's how the average mind would think, right? But these people are ahead of the game always. They are always ahead of the game. You can still pay tribute to a player, even if it's not his former team in the Super Bowl or in the championship game. And that's what they did, right? So they got the halftime performer with the June 17th birthday. And then this is an iconic day in history. Of course, the Charleston shooting happened on June 17th. The white Bronco chase. Think about Ronnie King. I mean, all of these racial divisive stories, a lot of them have happened on this day in history. This is a massive day for Black history. June 17th. The Charleston shooting. When what's the guy named? Storm Roof, I think his name is. Shot up the church, the all-black church. That happened on June 17th in history. Again, the white Bronco chase. The O.J. Simpson Bronco chase that happened in L.A., the same city that Kendrick Lamar is from. That happened on June 17th, 1994. Same day that Amari Cooper was born. And think about who also died on June 17th. It was Ronnie King, who also died in a massive 59-42 ritual. The guy born on April 2nd. Ronnie King died on June 17th in history. So this is a massive day for Black history. So every Black person in this country should know how significant this date is. Right? Every year we're having significant rituals around this date, June 17th. And probably because that's 617 is the 113th prime number, and 113 has a lot to do with deception. So that's probably why they choose this date so much to put out these racial divisive stories that are truly just lies at the end of the day. But people not really noticing it. But yeah, it was October 15th when Amari Cooper joined the Buffalo Bills. And it was a date after this primetime game. Notice the Bills became 4-2, like 42. Like how OJ was a big 42 ritual. They became 4-2 versus the Jets. And what's funny is that the Jets play at MetLife Stadium. MetLife Stadium was opened on April 10th. So, and that's the day that OJ Simpson passed away, right? So he passed away on the anniversary of the MetLife Stadium opening. But this game was 187 days after the death of OJ, and Josh Allen picked up the win that day. It became 18-7 in primetime game. This was a Monday Night Football game. And, yeah, so look at this. Josh Allen, he picked up his 40th career loss yesterday. What does O.J. Simpson equal? Oh, it equals 40. What does O.J. Simpson equal? Oh, it equals 40. What is his postseason record? Oh, it's 7-6. Oh, how old was O.J. when he passed away? He was 76. The reason this stuff is difficult is because, again, he could have picked up his 40th loss, but he could have also picked up his 84th win and still paid tribute to O.J. So I don't know if they're doing this on purpose, but these games are purposely being scripted for either a win or loss. So when you're decoding it, you're like thinking like, oh shit, like which one should I choose? Like, are they gonna go with the 84? Because the name Orento, what is his full name? Orento James Simpson. It equates to 84, right? Just like the Jesuit order, just like Catholic Church, massive number with the Jesuits, 84. His full name is 84. So now you're thinking, okay, we got the O.J. Simpson riddle, right? The Super Bowl's on the 40th day of the year as well. And so he could pick up his 40th loss or his 84th win. So now you have to, this is how making these correct decisions is how you can get the game right. And that's what we failed to do this year, but doesn't really matter. We solved what the team was in the beginning of the season, in the beginning of the playoffs. It was all about OJ. I mean, everything. The Bills opened up the playoffs playing against the Broncos. They got Von Miller from the Broncos. Von Miller joined the Buffalo Bills with O.J. Howard. Amari Cooper born the same day as the Bronco chase. Josh Allen wearing the glove. Loses to another championship game to Patrick Mahomes in a massive OJ tribute. Look at him wearing the glove all season. Of course, 59 is the 17th prime number. When the game began, I already knew. I was like, okay, so they're gonna give this Patrick Mahomes again because he's gonna go to his 5th Super Bowl, and the first pass was to number 5, and they had number 29 as the running back, flexing his jersey number all over the fucking game. I'm like, okay, they're going to have him playing on 2-9, whatever. But, luckily the Bills did take the lead in the second half, and I was able to cash out my parlay. Because that's what I look for. I look for, opportunities where, I can still make profit even though I got the game wrong. And that's the beauty of live betting. A lot of these other channels that are supposedly had the Chiefs, they're not going to show you any other stuff because they're all about, getting subs and getting Patreons and making money from tips and stuff like that. I used to care about that stuff, but I don't really care about that anymore because I notice at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter though. That's all. That's not going to really take us anywhere. The money, this is a bigger problem that we have to face. All those people who lost their homes in California, all of that could have been prevented if people would have woke up to all this stuff already. Okay, so yeah, a lot of us are getting richer. Oh, you had the Chiefs, so you make money. Oh, you had the Bills, so you make money. But what about the people who just lost all their homes in California? What are we gonna do about those people? And that's why it's so disappointing because I'm like, okay, I make these videos, I show all this stuff. And people don't even care about it. People care about who do you have winning. It's like, man, okay, fine. I get it. You guys want to make some money. I get it. I want to make some money too. But let's also focus on what's the real fucking problem here. The problem, look, they fucking burned almost an entire city for a rigged fucking Super Bowl. And the rituals are not even over. They'll probably go after Kansas City again, like they did last year after the Super Bowl. Right? They had a mass shooting. They're probably gonna go after New Orleans, or they're probably gonna go maybe Philly, maybe Philadelphia, who just picked up their 666 win and kept the Commanders on 666 wins, and now they're about to most likely pick up their 666 loss in a massive satanic ritual at the Super Bowl on 2-9. Man, it's just unfortunate. And then the racial shaming, right? How are black people not? How are black people not disturbed by all these 42 rituals? And going back to this documentary, right? Again, it's coming out on January 29th. No, notice this. Again, OJ, he died on April 10th. From his death to the release of this documentary, 42 weeks exactly. The name of rental equals 42. Like how, the Bills became 4-2 187 days after his death when they beat the Jets, the team that plays at the MetLife Stadium, the team that plays at the stadium that was opened on April 10th in history. "42 weeks they putting out another shaming documentary. Oh, the manhunt for O.J. Simpson, the murderer who killed his wife, his girlfriend, whatever she was. The stabber. The stabber that never stabbed anybody. His only crime was being black. And now he's being shamed 42 weeks after his death. And I'm not the greatest decoder on the fucking planet. Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, fucking right. But the Bills. But the Bills. Focus. Get your head out of your ass and focus and listen. Stop being in the chat typing bullshit. Listen to what's being said in these videos. That's the point of these videos. What I'm thinking what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to disable the chat and disable my comments. So that way, when you guys come on this channel, you can fucking focus on the information that's being taught to you. They got a fucking O.J. Simpson documentary coming out 42 weeks after his death. How is that not disturbing to every black person in America? When we know the history of 42, we just had the singer from Atlanta, the rapper from Atlanta, the DJ, Unk, passed away at the age of 42. The guy whose name equals 59. How many more 42 rituals? This guy right here, DJ Unk, who had a very popular record, Walk It Out. Also had another song called Two Step. Very, very, very popular records. Dead at the age of 42, just like Mobb Deep. So many 42 rituals. Whitney Houston died on the 42nd day of the year. I mean, you name it. I mean, of course, they changed his date of death, his age of death, just like they did with Chadwick Boseman, but whatever. His name was Anthony Platt. No, his name is 59. He dead at 42. The guy with the 59 name is dead at 42. He was from Atlanta, Georgia. And he put out this album. This was his debut album, Beating Down Yo Block. It equals 181, the 42nd prime number. And now he's dead at 42. And notice from his birthday to the day he died on January 24th, 57 days. Walk It Out, 57 like Scottish Rite. This was his most popular record. And then he ends up dying 57 days after his birthday. And the 42 ritual, just like the name. The reason I told you guys in the beginning of the video to go to my blog is because I linked, if If you guys want to learn more about OJ and the story of OJ, because it happened in the '90s. Probably a lot of us, young people, wasn't even old enough to understand what was going on. But this was massive in Black culture, Black history, massive. It's truly important to learn what happened to OJ and how they continue to mistreat him publicly in the media, even years after this case, and even months after his death. Like, you can die, not exist anymore, and they're still coming after you ritualistically. The stuff is so demonic, man. The guy died almost 42 weeks ago, and they're still putting him on TV, broadcasting something that he most likely did not do. And the shaming is not going to stop, because I'm guarantee you, once the Super Bowl is played, we're going to see some more OJ tributes. Even though they're not going to have his former team there, which is unfortunate, because it would have been nice to show all the stuff they did with the Bills, because they did other stuff with the Bills too. Doesn't really matter, because they're going with giving Patrick Mahomes another ring, which is like again the same bullshit with him. Same thing they did with Tom Brady. Like, the NFL is so, like, no other sport is like the NFL. The NFL is, they make players look better than what they are. Like, in basketball, I don't think they made Michael Jordan look better than. I think Michael Jordan was always good, but I don't think Tom Brady was as good as they portrayed him to be. Like, I think LeBron and Kobe, I think these people are really good basketball players. Like, even without the scripting. But is Tom Brady really that good without the scripting? I don't know. I don't know if Tom Brady would have been the GOAT or the greatest of all time if the game wasn't rigged around him. Same thing with Patrick Mahomes. Like, he doesn't even run full speed. Like if you compare Patrick Mahomes to like a Lamar Jackson, you can tell who's more talented. It's Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is 10 times more skilled and talented than Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson is supposed to be the Patrick Mahomes of today, but because of the scripting and the rigging, we got to watch another Patrick Mahomes Super Bowl. But I don't think it's like that in the NBA. I think Michael Jordan, even though the games was rigged around him, Michael Jordan was the greatest player in his era. I don't think anybody would have more skills than Michael Jordan. The way he bounced the ball, or his demeanor, the way he dunked the ball, he just showed he proved that he had a lot of skills, even though the games were scripted. Let's see. And keep in mind that OJ's grandparents are from Louisiana. You can look this up. That is a fact. His grandparents, they have roots in where the Super Bowl is going to be played. Now, this is how they, sometimes stuff like this, it helps us. It helps us. Sometimes it doesn't help us. But the tennis player Madison Keys, she upset it. What was her name? The woman she played, Irina Sabalenka. She upset her and prevented her from getting the three-peat. So, I don't know if this is Super Bowl related, because it obviously wasn't. It wasn't a tribute to for foreshadowing the AFC Championship, obviously, right? But it could still be a riddle for the Super Bowl. I don't know how the Chiefs don't win and drop the Eagles to 666 and 666. But we shall see, though, because like every game, there's a narrative for both sides. I think the Chiefs have the better narrative. Obviously, now, I mean, cannot fade a 666 ritual ever in sports. But I won't be surprised these people have some devious ways of encoding these games and these rituals. Um, yeah, but look at everything that they've done to Buffalo, right? So in 2020, 2021, they gave us the coronavirus pandemic, right? So the city of Buffalo was under the pandemic rules, right? Everybody was shut down for a year or so. Then in 2022, the following year, DeMar Hamlin collapses on the field. Then the following year, the Tops Friendly Market shooting, which happened 56 days after OJ's birthday, when Tops Friendly Market equals 263, the 56 prime number happened. Right, somebody goes into a market and starts shooting black people all over. And then the year after that, they kill OJ Simpson at 76. Now, obviously, 2025, I put here Super Bowl, possible Super Bowl championship. Obviously, this is not going to happen, but we shall see what they do to Buffalo in 2025. Because just because they didn't win the Super Bowl, that doesn't mean that they're not going to terrorize that city like how they did in the last 3 years. So, or actually, the last 5 years. So we shall see. We shall see what they do with Buffalo. These are the cities. A lot of you say like when I go on the Chaotic Truth panel, oh, why you Gematrians don't predict something and prevent it from happening? Okay, well I'm gonna make a prediction right now. Kansas City, Philadelphia, or Buffalo are going to be in the headlines for some type of tragedy, either before the Super Bowl or after the Super Bowl. One of those three cities. Now, this message goes out to the people on the Chaotic Truth panel. What can we do to prevent it? That's my question to you. Because they do this every single year around the championship. They terrorize the city that either wins or loses, or the cities that participated in the postseason. And I think Buffalo is going to be one of those targeted cities once again. Hope not. Let's hope not. But let's see. Or I should say this too. Or New Orleans, because that's where the Super Bowl is going to be played at. You see, if we had a big movement, a lot of people are like willing to stop all this and willing to really do something about this stuff, we will have people warning the residents of these cities. And there's not a lot of cities, right? I just named 4 cities, right? We got Kansas City, Philadelphia, Buffalo, and New Orleans. So we would have put a bunch of people at these 4 cities warning the residents of these cities about a potential, whatever, a mass shooting, a flood, a hurricane, something. But letting them know of a potential tragedy happening in their city in the upcoming months. But we don't have that. We don't have those type of sources. Those type of that type of help is basically what I'm trying to say. We don't have that, so I don't know how you guys expect us to stop all this stuff. All we could do is just, show it. Like, oh, look, this could have been prevented. I mean, we've been doing this for years already. This could have been prevented. People did not have to lose all their homes in California like they did. But I don't know. 29 or 32. I'm surprised the Chiefs became 17-2. That number never plays with them in their record. I don't think they've ever been 17-2, but they're 17-2 down. So, but I'm a little surprised. Of course, that's a big number with them. Like they won the Super Bowl 172 days after the death of Len Dawson. Kansas City Chiefs equals 172. That number is also a very Jesuit number. Jesus Hamanan Salvatore, I think, is 172. So, yeah, that number's big, but I'm a little surprised that they gave it to the Chiefs. But I understand the whole three-piece stuff. But like I was saying in the beginning of the playoffs, I'm aware of all of these narratives, but we have to pick one. We have to pick one because we can't bet on all of them. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, and going back to what Derek's saying. Look, Derek was pointing out how again. This is a full circle from Super Bowl 57, and it makes sense because 57 is huge. It's a huge number with championship. But No, what's going on? Okay, here it is. You see how pi, which is 3.14, has a lot to do with math and circles. Pi is 29. You know what? I'm thinking like, man, I'm trying to see like the score. I don't know how can a team score 11? I don't know if a team can score 11. You can score 16 in the game, but can you score 11? You have to score a touchdown plus 4. Yeah, it's harder for a team to have 11. But yeah, you see how pi is 29 and 25. The Super Bowl's on 29-25, and they're bringing back Super Bowl 57 in full circle. So yeah, that's what you know. Derek, I think this is the first time Derek's actually solved the Super Bowl matchup. Because if you watch his one of his videos, he talks about how the Chiefs had a narrative to play against the Eagles in the massive 66 ritual. So shout out to Derek for that. Um, so Trump attempted to purchase. Yeah, we spoke about that. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. The Super Bowl again is really hard to bet against the Chiefs at this point. If you guys want to make some recover any of your losses, you can know which is. But shout out to Johnny. Johnny is stashed. You guys heard him call in the last video that I made. He made a point. He said, this stuff might be obvious to us, but how many people even know that the Eagles have 666 wins and 665 all-time losses? So, even though a lot of this stuff is obvious to the community, it's not really obvious because a lot of people don't even know that this stuff is happening right in front of their eyes. So yeah, it's hard for me to see an Eagles championship, to be honest. I highly doubt that's going to happen. All right. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Enjoy your weekdays. Enjoy your week. I'm thinking it's still a weekend. Enjoy your week, everybody, and good luck on the Super Bowl. Oh, one last thing. I'm going to the Dominican Republic next month. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna make a video asking for donations because there's only gonna be like 30 people to help out. So I'm gonna make I'll put support so can support, but I'm gonna put my own money up because I don't want to have to just do everything myself. But look out for that video. I hate bothering the same 40 people, 30 people that donated every year, and it's always the same 40 people, man. And it's almost 11,000 people that follow this channel, and there's other people, other big channels in the community that don't repost or share any of those videos. So it's like, man, do I really want to make a video asking for donations? No, I don't know. I don't know, but yeah. So February 9th, I'm gonna be actually in the Dominican Republic. So I'll probably use all my winnings from Super Bowl 59. I'm gonna put a lot of money on the Chiefs. I don't think the Eagles are gonna win, but any money that I win from this rigged Super Bowl, I'm gonna donate it through food and resources to the Haitian community like we did last year. So I'll probably bet 2,000 on the Chiefs, make like 1,500. So I'll use all the profit, and I'll just use that to feed those people out there. But